Okay, we are here.
Hello, is this Daniel?
Yes, this is Daniel, and we are ready for some playtime.
Hello, Daniel. It's Jason. How have you been?
We have been busy over here, very busy.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I'm pretty sure you heard the conversation, but yes.
We are
I know the
always
feeling.
eavesdropping.
So what's been going on, Daniel?
Well, there's been a lot of activities going on across the planet, a lot of ley line activations. Have you been familiar with the ley lines and the sacred sites, and a lot of activities going on around those, and a lot of activities moving energy through those ley lines and moving energy through the planet and energy into the collective. And so there is just energy everywhere, and everyone is either absolutely excited about the energy or they are absolutely burnout. They're ready to be done with it or ready to amp it up. And so we want to know, which one are you, Jason? You want to amp it up or do you want to turn it down?
Depends. If it deals with more work, I might have to turn it down a notch.
Yes. And there's definitely lots of activity going on, though. Lots of people experiencing the energy fluxes, the lots of different frequencies of the energy are coming in at this time. One of the ways that we viewed it today was kind of like a vibration that is happening, and either that vibration is working for you or it is working on you, maybe is how we should say it. And so and a lot of people are experiencing that, and it is coming up from the earth, and it also is coming from the energy all around you in your atmosphere. And so lots of people are enjoying this wonderful August energy. But we do want to say, we want people to look at this. The energy was supposed to be present for you to do some healing work. And there has been people that we know of that have been experiencing physical healing as well as a lot of emotional healing that has been surfacing. And you will start to notice that your relationships will be part of this accumulation of energy. You will start to reflect on what is serving you and what is not, and how are you behaving to the world, and how is it responding to you. And you'll start to look at and question, am I responding to this from a learned behavior? Am I responding to this from a place of what I have been taught, what I have experienced in my life, something that, are we using the right words? When somebody has learned a behavior or has accumulated a belief system around a certain behavior. So you need to start looking at that and seeing how you are responding to the world. And when you are being triggered by something, that might be something to look at. And if you are wanting or desiring something, but you feel held back by that, why are you held back? Is that something that is surfacing as a belief system, that you cannot have it, that you should not be doing that you should not be thinking that way, feeling that way, responding that way? All of it is something that needs to be looked at. What is holding you back? Is it learned? Did someone teach you that is not okay? Is it something that you have experienced to not be okay? And then reset your rules. Reset them. Is it okay? Is it something you desire? Is it coming at an expense to anybody else if you do this? And just reevaluate, because that is where you are now. You are going to be looking at your relationships. You are going to be looking at your relationship to the world and its relationship back to you.
Nice. For September, is there any higher energies in September? Anything that we need to know about or prepare for in September, energy-wise?
That is such a good question. And as we are looking at the energy, we are so wanting to go, oh, it's going to be like this, and then it's going to be like this, and then it's going to be like this. And yes, so we do want to say to you that there is going to be a lot of energy that still is coming in September. And we want you to buckle up for October. How does that sound? So even though the energy of September may feel like it's going and pulling you in a lot of different directions, and that is how you might be feeling, like it is tug of warring you this way and then that way and then up and then down. And it's like, oh my goodness, you think you were busy this month. Oh, we don't want to tease you like that, Jason, but we want to say that you will feel the energies kind of tug at you in a little bit in this way and a little bit that way, and you may find yourself trying to figure out what direction you want to go, and having to make decisions, and having to really evaluate what is your truest desire, because you're going to have to make a decision and decide and make choices in September.
Mm.
And it will be good. It'll all be leading you to something. Whether you feel like you made the right decision or not, it does not matter. You are going somewhere with it. And so go see where you're going with it and just enjoy that ride. You made the decision. Now go ride that train. And then when you get to October, oh my lordy, then you're going to be going, what happened? You're going to feel like somebody hit the accelerator and the brake at the same time. And that's going to be so much fun for you. As you are going to be processing a lot of energy, and some of you will feel like your feet are in mud and you're going to get frustrated with that. And we say to you, don't get frustrated with that, because what we want you to do when your feet are in the mud, if that is you that is falling into the feet in mud in October, we want you to look at this. We want you to be like, okay, I am standing still for a reason. What is the reason? What is it that I need to notice in this moment? What is it that I need to absorb about this time frame that I am in? Because we want to tell you, you are getting prepared. You're getting prepared for what could be called your slingshot moment. Yes. And so if you are one of those who is stuck in the mud, we want you to go, oh my goodness, this is awesome. This is what Daniel talked about. I'm stuck in the mud. And we want you to look at it like like you just won a prize, because you are being prepared. And what this time is going to actually offer you is a lot of information. And you want to be still, because you are already stuck in the mud anyway. It is the universe's way to say, stand still. We want to give you some information, and just be the sponge. Be absorbing the information. Whether you find information online or you find it within your own soul searching, whether you find it from these channels like we do here. And this information, just allow for it to come in, allow for the epiphanies to happen. Because even if you feel like you are not moving forward in the physical world and in the direction that you want to go, it is okay. Because the more you learn, the more that slingshot gets pulled back. And then here it comes, November. And somebody lets go, and you go flying full force ahead. And all the way into 2020, you will be flying. And so it will be wonderful. Now, some of the other energy of October, you will feel like you are a boulder rolling downhill. It's like it'll be going so fast, and you'll be going, oh my goodness, slow down, I can't keep up. And yet you can, and you will, and you'll do fabulous at it. And you will be, what is that? The snowball. It will just keep gaining momentum and size, and everything will be great, and it is going the direction you want it to go. So trust it. And we do believe you are in one of those Mercury things again, Mercury retrograde. We would have to check the dates, but we do think that happens for you again in this time frame. So it would be something to look at as well. But for some of you that's stuck in the mud would resonate with that time frame, if there is indeed the Mercury in retrograde at that time. But the rolling downhill full speed ahead as a boulder or a snowball gaining momentum and size may not seem equivalent to what you think you would be experiencing. And we want to tell you to trust it. No matter which side you are on, trust it, because something is happening for you, and it is being created for you, and it is for you. And can we say that again? That is for you. It is all happening for you. And so pay attention to it. It is happening for you and bringing you into something very amazing, something that you have been creating in your heart. And what we want to say to you now is, everybody better check into their heart and say, what have I been trying to create? Because whatever it is that I've been trying to create is really going to be pushed forward in October. Whether I feel like I'm standing still or I'm rolling down a hill, it is still manifesting and creating. And come November, it's going to be in full bloom. So I need to be ready. I need to have my intention set. I need to have my vision, my quest put in place. I need to be very clear. What do I want? And that's why when you feel like you are standing still, it is going to be a very good idea to get and collect all the information, get a very clear picture, take that time to create what is that desire. If I'm going to stand here, I might as well be standing here thinking about what when I can move that foot forward, where is it taking me? Where am I going? What is that vision? Because you are going to be moving there and it is going to be created. So either way, whether you feel like you're rolling down the hill or you are stuck in the mud, both of those moments you are creating. The one stuck in the mud is creating just as rapidly as the one rolling down the hill. You just have a different frequency with it. You have a different vibration, a different experience, but you are both doing the very same thing. And so we say, don't worry about it. If it looks like somebody else is rolling downhill and you feel stuck in the mud, get excited. They're the ones working their butts off, and you're the one over here saying, all I got to do is think about it, and mine's being created. So don't worry about it. You are creating. Mm-hmm. And so that is what we say about this energy that is coming up for September and October. You are going to have a lot of things going on, a lot of energy.
Sounds pretty intense and interesting at the same time.
Doesn't it though? We can make sleeping sound interesting. Give us a shot at us, yes. But yeah, we feel that if you look at it with the right set of eyes, you will find it all very interesting and exciting. So it is all in how you look at
it. Okay. Does this deal with would this deal with like career choices, work choices, or home life, work life, or what would this kind of like affect the most for these energies?
We want to say that there's a lot of astrological things at play here. And as we look at that, that could be individually different for each person as the energy will fall in a different place for each person, depending on what is, it can fall in any of those sectors and it can fall in all of them. And so it would really depend on a lot of things astrologically. And so one of the things that might play out nice for people is if they do follow the astrology, they may understand where that could be affecting them a little bit stronger than other parts of their charts, other parts of their, what do they call those houses? The houses, yes? We're trying to reference this one. And so, yes, it would depend on how that energy is falling into their chart as to where the focus would be. Now, we do want to say this. You may listen to something, say, oh, I'm going to go listen to my astrology report, and you may have them tell you, hey, this is going to fall into your first house. And so a lot of energy is going to be happening here. Well, the way that the energy is coming in from these frequencies, the vibrations and the pushing and the pulling, you may find that it is the house across from the first house, which might be what, 6th or 7th house, that might be actually being affected by it. And so pay attention to that. You may learn something with how this is working for you and what you could maybe expect when you see, oh, is that landing in this sector, or do I feel more like it is pulling and pushing over here on this side? And so it is hard for us to say where that's going to affect you, but we do think that relationships will be something that is affected by everyone in September. We think everyone will be reflecting on relationship, whether it is a relationship with the world or with an individual, whatever it might be. It will be time to focus on something. And we do have to say to you again, you do not get to run away from things anymore. You can't hide from them. You can't ignore them until they get better, because they will not get better. If you are that person saying, okay, if I just go quiet, give it a couple of days, he or she will calm down, and then we will just go back to the way it was. No, that is not going to happen for you anymore. You've flipped that coin too many times, and now you have to face it and you have to deal with it. And now not only do you face it and deal with it, but it is built up over all of those times that you ignored it. And so now it is the volcano that is erupting. So you will not get to run away from it this time. So we say, if this is happening to you, just muster it up. What do they say? Put on your big boy and girl panties and go deal with it, because it is when you face that fear, when you face that challenge, that it is going to resolve itself, and you will find your peace and you will find your answers. But if you try to ignore it, what is the phrase you guys use? It becomes the psychic 2x4. It won't go away, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And then the aftermath of that will be that will be hard to repair if you can recover from it at all. And so we implore you, please go out and deal with that fear. Go out and deal with that situation, because it is not going to go away. So we ask that you find your counsels and ask them for the courage to go deal with it, so that you can heal it and move forward and do it with ease and grace, versus what is the term we want to use, scratching and clawing all the way.
So it sounds like if someone has to work on relationship, whether a loved one or maybe friends, this would be a good time to work on that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it would be. And if you are dealing with the flip side of that coin, where you are falling in love with somebody, or just starting a relationship, we encourage you to be as open and honest in your communication right off the get-go. Be honest and don't hold back, because it is not going to play out well if you hold back. If you are moving into, there are several twins coming together in the month of September. And we know that a lot of people are excited to hear that. Several twins will be finding each other. They'll be drawn to each other to come together in September and activate that energy of the twin. And we know that is a term that we kind of use a little lightly, the twin flame, but we say it is maybe a soulmate on steroids. It is a stronger connection than one would call a soulmate. And so those will be coming together. Not everybody, but a large group of twins will be finding each other during this time.
That's interesting. Is there anything going on in November, December? Or is it the energy calms down around that time frame?
We do not know if you'll know a time where the energy calms down again. The energy is going to stabilize itself in these higher frequencies. So everyone will either have to come up or go crazy, but we hope that you come up. We know that you will come up. We know that you will.
Absolutely.
The November, December.
You got the holidays going on. I guess that's enough madness right there.
That is a lot of madness. So when you said holidays, it made this vehicle over here, she cringes.
She has to cook, huh?
She knows that she was very grateful for online shopping. No more malls. Glorious. Yes. Let's see. We want to look at this. We want to look at November, December, and see what might come in as information that would be good to share for you right now. You do have a lot of the season changes around the world, a lot of seasons changing in these September, October, November. The weather changes a lot in those time frames. You will not be experiencing as much of the sun. For some of you that are in the areas where it turns into clouds and rain and extremer weather. So you're going to want to meditate in the heart chakra and bring in the light through meditation, bring in the frequencies of the sun through meditation. This will be a time that could bring in heaviness for people. This is a time that people fall into those deeper, heavier frequencies because they are not getting enough sunlight and they are not getting enough time outside in the fresh air with the grounding with the earth and with the sun energy. And so we say to you that if you are experiencing any of this, or if you notice yourself as having a pattern of going into that heaviness during the darker months, and if you are in one of those areas that experiences that, we want to say to you, if you find a day where the sun is out, please find time, even if it's cold, to go out and stand in the sun and to connect with the earth and the sun so that you can get this light, and it will help you to alleviate some of the heaviness of that time frame. We do feel like there will be a lot of people checking out, leaving their bodies in November and December. We do feel like this is a gateway for some to transition. And if you know somebody that transitions in this time, we want you to know that it is all good. It is all it is a beautiful time for them to move. It is a gateway that has opened up, and it is taking them into such a beautiful and high frequency. And they are ready to go, or they would not leave. This is their contract. They are ready to go. And we know for some of you already, just hearing that, you are feeling the sadness. So if you are feeling that sadness, we want to offer you some energy, some love, some, as a collective, maybe we can hold space for those that are going to be losing some loved ones during that time. It is already hard to lose a loved one, but then when you lose them near the holidays, we know that that is even more difficult. But we just feel the freedom of their souls expanding as they leave their bodies. And we want to remind you that it is not a permanent thing. It is them just expanding into a greater consciousness and returning to a collective. And that it is something that is a beautiful feeling for them. And it is us, that it is the humans that are left behind that are the ones that are grieving. It is them that we feel bad for because they miss their loved ones, but the loved one themselves is going off to a glorious place. We are not grieving for that person at all. There is a lot of heart chakra stuff. As you brought up November, December, we are just feeling it is really a big time to be in the heart chakra. It is a time for you to do a lot of heart chakra work. Keep yourself feeling healthy and strong. And there's a lot of people that get sick in this time frame. A lot of people that, as the weather changes, they catch things. They catch colds. They catch virus, whatever else, flu bugs, whatever it might be. If you continue to move the high frequencies through your heart chakra, just keep moving it through your entire system, you will bypass the illnesses. And as we cough, that's great timing to bring in the cough. What we want to do is we want to encourage you all to play with this. And remember, you have this month here, the August month, that has the frequency that helps you move yourself out of the illness frequencies. It is here to support you and raise your vibration out of illness, out of disease. Use this frequency, get used to this frequency, and then use it through the rest of the season and help it to move you past the stages of the illnesses that come into the school systems and the stores and into the public arenas where you contract these things and get sick. Or in the past, maybe you have, but now you are using the energy frequencies to keep yourself healthy. And we are helping you to understand that that is something you want to work on. You want to keep it out of your heart and your lungs and your system, and see yourself breathing easy, see yourself bypassing any illness. You do not need it. You do not need that frequency. That is not your frequency any longer. You are up in the high, beautiful, wonderful vibration. You do not have to take that on at all. And for those of you that are thinking, I've never been able to bypass that cold and flu bug. Well, guess what? We are saying you can, and we want to challenge you to do it. That would be a good challenge. And would there be any other direction you would like us to look at with the November, December question?
Well, before we move on, what if someone already catches the cold bug? What could they do? I think you was talking about how to prevent the catching the cold bug, but what if they already caught it and they're like, oh, I caught the cold.
Yes, we caught the cold. And that will happen. We know it will happen, but it won't happen to you. You're not going to let that happen. You're going to keep that frequency up. But if you know somebody that it happened to, then what we want you to do is we want you to talk to it. How fun is that? And talk to the cells, talk to the body, talk to the symptom, and be like, oh, I know you are here to help me relax and help me to take some time off and help me to see that my body needs to recover and just take some downtime. But I just want to appreciate you for being here for that reason. But it is okay. I agree to stay in bed and take a day off if you agree to go. And just start talking to it and thinking, you do need to take care of yourself and you will probably have to allow for the symptoms to move through your body but you will move through it much faster. You will move through it like boom, boom, boom. And it will move up and out of your body as you keep seeing yourself going through that frequency. For any of you who have developed the healing realm, and those of you who had ascension sessions where you have developed your healing realm, that would be where we would send you. Go into your healing realm, do your exercises, do what you were taught to do in the healing realm. And that could help you to move these symptoms through much, much faster.
Thank you very much. You mentioned the healing realm. For the people watching this video, how does the healing realm work?
Well, the healing realm is going to be different for each and every individual. It is their own healing realm. When they go through one of the ascension sessions that Tracie does, she moves them into, well, she doesn't. We channel through and we take you on a journey and we do a lot of energy work, and then we'll take you into a healing realm. And this healing realm is designed for you. And it is an energy grid that is created by your frequencies in the highest possible healing space that you can create in that moment. And your healing realm may continually change as you are moving into the higher frequencies. Your healing realm will also adjust to those frequencies. And there's different instructions that go with each individual. It would not work to tell you one certain way to do it, because it seems to be different for each person that goes on the journey. But they go into their healing realm and they create a space to heal and to reflect and to look at in deeper levels what it is that has brought in what they are dealing with. And that's what happens in the healing realm. And a lot of people know how to do that on their own. So we invite you to do that, to go into a healing space and go deep within yourself to look deeper at why these things are happening. It is not the earth realm. It is a different realm. Just so you know, you are leaving your body. You are going into another realm. But you do that often. You do that even when you don't know you are doing that. You jump between realms and realities. And you are just doing it consciously when you go into your healing space. And we encourage you to try that.
Thank you for that. That was a great response. Is there any messages for the YouTube collective? Anyone listening to this video, do you have any messages for that?
Let us scan. We will look and see what we have. The name Tammy is coming in. Tammy, we want to look at you, and maybe Tammy isn't the name you go by, but it is possibly somewhere in your name, whether it be a first name or last name or middle name. It is something that is familiar to you. You have got three of your guides are with you, trying to move with you. You are asking for something. They said you are asking for something, and they want you to know that they are working on it and to trust it. It's coming, and do not let this moment pass you by. Do not give up. And as they say, do not give up right before the miracle, and allow for this miracle to come in, and allow for this manifestation to be created. You need to give it just a little bit more time. This is you getting your invitation to hang in there, and we want you to do that. As a collective, let us look and see. There are several of you that are working on bringing in that, as you call it, the Kundalini energy, the life force coming in and moving into your vehicles, being activated on many levels with this energy, and finding that you are activated in purpose, you are activated in your passion, you are activated in a direction in your life, and you will be finding that new inspiration coming in very strong for you in the next few weeks. And so then we want to look at a further collective. And we are looking. There is a portion of you that will have to go through a little bit of a struggle. A portion of you that will need to step into your strength at this time in the next 3 to 5 weeks. you will need to be stepping into, and it depends on when you are listening to this. When you listen to this, you could be listening to it 3 months from now, a year later. This message is for you for the time you listen to it. In the next 3 to 5 weeks, you may have to step into a moment where you'll have to be strong. You'll have to set some boundaries. You'll have to make a decision, and we want you to know that you cannot do this wrong. You will be okay. Everything will work out for you. Just go with it. Go with the gut feeling that you have and move forward, and you will find yourself moving perfectly. It will feel sticky for a little bit, and then you'll move forward and you'll see that everything was going to turn out okay. And your hindsight you will see that you did the right thing and it was the right move to make. And so we want you to trust yourself. And we feel like that would be a good place for us to sum that up. And what we would also like to do is we would like to bring in a little light language prayer around everyone as a collective, if that would be okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what we would like to do is we would like everyone in their minds to imagine that they are in this collective with us right now, that you are seeing this collective energy moving through not just yourself, but everyone that has watched this video. Everyone that has watched this video is now gathered in a space. We're in another realm, possibly even. And we want you to just focus on the words and just allow the words to move through you, to activate you, to bring you into a memory. This memory is a memory of who you are. And some of the gifts and abilities that you have are going to be activated at this time. So just focus on the crown chakra and allow the energy to come flooding in and allow for it to move through you. Ishmi moye taki anatati kishi katono, shimi baya taki anana chihe nato. We sama chibe bo jishikan ba jiba jishikishamani toto chipe. Yita no shiko no dati sama chiafi, no shima I chiki entishiki no tatiba ashema ana a. We ba cha shay no piota she shema andi ataki atana chikono the party tikin she. We they want you all to take in a nice deep breath and release. Esamatu shema itunan shikundo no papa de pa ande de ma aye kono shaba ande tiki and toto pa ashiki and nan she semema yeta. And now take this amazing energy that is running through you right now, and just move it out into the earth, move it out into the collective population. And just see everyone reaching out and grabbing hold of this energy and moving it into their hearts and moving it into their own minds, their own worlds. And if it is appropriate for them, that it will help them along their own awakening. And only if it is in their highest and best good, and if it is by their choice, may they take that in and that energy be shared along the planet and around the world with everyone that has a willing and open mind. It is received. And we put it in the collective as we put it also in the ley lines and the grid of Mother Earth. This frequency is beautiful and strong. And we thank you for helping us to create this energy and to move it through and to share it with everyone that is ready and willing to receive it. And so we call that a close.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
We appreciate the opportunity to do that.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for having that. Last but not least, the ECETI trip. Did you have anything on your side you wanted to talk about when we went to the ECETI ranch?
Well, as you know, that there is no need to go to the ranch to communicate with us. We are right here, but we did have a good time, and we enjoyed that everyone was expanding their consciousness and bringing their minds into a better space and dedicating that time. That was the treat for us, the ones that were dedicating the time to create this energy and to create this this vortex of space and time continuum. We do want to remind you that we had already seen it all before you had even got there. It had already happened. And so we were enjoying it as it was basically replaying for us. We were like, yes, you did that. Yes, you did that. And there was so many beautiful things and beautiful moments and beautiful energies converging and coming together, and like-minded people bringing their energies together and sharing, and there was just so many opportunities to expand, and it was a beautiful time. We enjoyed it, and for the time that we were there, and we appreciate that you brought us in for the channeling and for the expansion. And there was many times that Tracie brought us in, and we shared an experience with her as we move through the ranch and the beautiful realms that it creates, why it is there.
Yes. Did you bring the rain by any chance? Was that you?
Yes, we do want to say that we took great delight in that, as we may have enhanced a little bit of it just to play with a few people, but the rain was of nature, and maybe we might have had a little bit to do with some of the side effects of that, some of the energy. We did play with some of the energy of the storm and the flux of the frequencies that people were feeling. We did enhance that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was nice. You could feel a difference.
Yes, and we do want to say that we did. This one is saying, did you always plan on creating the storm? And we say, no, the storm was not our plan, but we did play with it. We did take advantage of it, indeed. Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Did you have anything else you would like to share before we wrap it up?
We think this is good at this time. It is a beautiful way to end. It is a lovely message for everyone, and it will get everyone thinking about what the rest of the year may look like and how can they prepare for it. And so we think that is a lot of information for everyone to play with at this time.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And we will bring Tracie back.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Whew. That's funny, because I was seeing when you were asking about the storm. Yeah, they were showing us the storm, and then I was seeing how the way they were showing it is like they were taking the energy and going like this with it, so that's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, so maybe the energy of the storm might have been a little bit more intense than what it maybe normally would have been. Who knows?
Nice. I'm glad I asked that question.
Yeah, that was kind of funny, because they didn't own the storm, that's for sure. They didn't create the storm, but they did enjoy that it gave them something to play with, so to enhance it a little. So.
Oh, that's why all the farmers were scared. Yeah, or talking about it.
Yeah, so maybe that is why it ended up being the biggest storm ever, and going that route for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep that in mind the next go around.
Okay, yeah. And then I've got family trying to get a hold of me, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go and thank the collective for being here. And all right, hopefully everybody has a wonderful rest of September, because I'm sure we'll be in September by this video.
Yes. Oh yes. By the time this is posted, it will.
What was the energy? It was doing all kinds of things and tangling together, and yeah. Good luck, guys. Good luck. We may need each other. We might start a support group.
There you go.
Yeah. All righty. Well, on that note, I will say my goodbyes to you guys.
Right.
And
take care.
Have a wonderful September, and we'll see you in the next video.
Nice. Sleep tight.
Bye.